G'day and welcome back to Torment Thursday. Last time round, we got a few bits done, really. We actually got a lot of things that have kind of been building up out of the way. We went and we dealt with the reef and progressed the main storyline a bit. We need to find one of my siblings somewhere in the city. We also... Is there any kind of journal? That would be really helpful. We also... saved Reese, who is this guy's buddy, kind of, partner in crime, shall we say. It turns out that this is almost certainly because his buddy was somewhat, would have implicated him after he died. Because it turns out they eat people, well, they have people who are able to absorb the memories of the dead by eating them. So a little bit of cannibalism lets you know exactly what happened. Okay, we need to search for Matkina. That's it. That's all we got. Oh, right. The clue was talk to our buddies in the circus. And I think we may have to agree to join the circus. I mean... By the circus, I mean the cult of the changing god. So, you know, it's kind of the circus. Okay, Casmine and Mimion. How did I do their voices? It's really annoying. I need to pay attention to which one's speaking. Although it's taking a little while today to load up the talking interface. I'd like to join your group. It is unusual for a cast-off to join our group. We are delighted to have the opportunity to get to know you better. His fingers pause momentarily and you can hear the light crackling between them. We have one requirement for membership. You must bring knowledge of a cast-off who is not known to us. He holds up one of his unnaturally long fingers from apostling you. Lest you inquire, you are known to us. That is all. If you're a member of another group, you must also renounce your membership with them. I'll seek out my brethren. Do say you'll bring us word to more cast-offs. Her eyes start to Mimion and she clears her throat. Yes, of course. Please let us know if we can be of assistance. Tell me again who can lead me to the one. Your sister Matkina might know which of your brethren helped you. And that's it. So that was unhelpful. It's just find out more about one of your siblings. Let's see if mutant here does anything. Sun is nourishing today. That's probably why you're green. Oh, no, that's a crier. That's not a name. Oricthon. Too hot here, blah blah blah. What's down here? And the thing is, no one said Matkina who you could find here. Let's have a chat to Zelfi the sculptor. This portly man's cracked and bleeding hands are always moving, picking fretfully at his thick lips, running through his thinning hair, or molding aimless shapes in the air. His clothes are marked with paint, dust, and dried blood and clay. His eyes brim with frustrated tears as he studies the strangely familiar sculptures displayed around him. A soul like slivers of ice, he mutters. Fingertips long, shriveled, sharp. Streams trapped in flesh. She holds him in place. She's killing him. He's not looking at her. Why isn't he afraid? No. What am I not seeing? What am I missing? See, what was he feeling? Without that, I can do nothing. What's wrong? Everything, he says without a moment's pause, effortlessly drawing you into a self-directed tirade. Every detail is almost right, which means everything is wrong. I'm Zofi, stone carver, sculptor, divine painter of living eyes, and this challenge, my greatest work, my talent has finally abandoned me. He sweeps a scornful hand at the sculptures. Behold my art, wanderer. Witness these dull stamps, these crude replicas of a sublime being. What is it you think I've made? Try to recall why they look so familiar. How many Boom! You stare at the sculptures, your memories flow into sweeping curves, teasing you with what you've seen in your short life and beyond. Yes, this towering thing is the true form of the creature that pursues you. Selphie has sculpted the sorrow. You don't realize you've spoken aloud until you hear Selphie's grasp and see the tears in his eyes. Yes, sorrow, even grief, is present in the work. I feel it, but where? I cannot pull it from the stone. I saw this creature on a cold night not long ago. Smoking coronas of blackened light drew me to my window. Selphie says, shaping the scene with his palms, and there on the street below was she, gripping a man in her talons. Before my very eyes, she ripped the essence from him, leaving him a steaming husk. But what do you care? You don't grasp the importance of capturing such a subject. Of course I do. She's mysterious and fascinating. She? You're trying to sculpt the killer? He says and immediately corrects himself. Of course I am. I've succeeded, in fact. Just beauty and vengeance incarnate. What artist worth his medal couldn't capture such a being? But she doesn't need to be remembered. How could anyone forget such a lethal creature? No, the source of my ruin is this damnable man. Selphie points a trembling finger at the faceless human cradled in the statue's talons, a charred, oddly familiar pattern etched on the stone forehead. He stared at eternity in that face and did not blink, but he'll be forgotten unless I capture him here. I cannot do that unless I know what drove him. The moment he fell, I ran for the street, but Dendro claimed his body and took it away, probably to that foul chapel in the underbelly. I'll never know who he was. Tell me about the Dendro. They're a cult and a curse, Selphie says. They would have you believe they exist to preserve the great works of humanity, to celebrate life. You may even believe them until you smell their breath. Truth is, they squat in their underbelly chapel, eating corpses, claiming it gives them power. If I learn anything, how many statues of this being have you made? If only my efforts could be limited so. I've sculpted that blasted moment in marble, granite, and clay. I've painted it in oil and blood. It even follows me into sleep, where I weave the scene from cloud stuffs and dream stuff. Even those were flawed. If I find anything out, I'll let you know. New quest. Slaver. This seems like a pleasant part of town. Box. Come on. Oh, right, yeah. The slow loading inventory. There we go. Knave's card and Shin. Okay. I mean, that's useful information, but it doesn't really get me anywhere. So I guess that's not as useful as I would like. What I need to do is find my sibling. I was hoping the frickin' cult could do that, but the cult is useless. Alright, so we'll head back to the cliff's edge. Yep. That's what we'll do. Once we're on the cliff's edge, we can try looking around some more. We can go down to the underbelly. All the things we could do. I find it interesting that they have only produced such a small number. The Dendro, her cultist. You could give me information. Nope. Let's mess with Lord Vuntgen. I'm looking for an albino assassin. A woman, an assassin named Makina. Do you know her? I don't know who or what that is. By the sound of it, I don't want to. She must be a dreadful person. I've heard your party of Okai. Abandon your hunt for the stitches, or I'll tell the crowd. He hisses at you under your breath. You will choose my family's shame against me? You poisonous hypocrite. I'm sure you think yourself noble for doing it. You know they'll kill me if they find out. Do you really want that on your conscience? I won't have it on my conscience as long as you do what I say and stop doing the things I don't want you. to do. Very well, I'll call it off. This is not the end of us, friend. You'll regret crossing me. Citizens, it appears we're making no headway on the hunt for the Stitches. So I'm returning home. I suggest you all do the same. Good luck to you all. So we're gonna see some blood. You let it go away. Huh, should have known. So what else are we doing today? Mob justice, more like mob failure. Bah. Alright. So you know things, Tamaz? Stay safe, me lad. Damn it. Alright. I'm gonna go into the inventory when it loads. And I'm going to check to see if we can advance. There we go. Okay, so firstly, game, please. Thank you. So I want to see what this Knave's card does. Okay, so a playing card that shows a grinning Nabovian child. When you rub your thumb over the card, it triggers an adaptive illusion that changes the face of the card. You can't discover the trick to getting specific faces to appear. That's pretty cheaty. Okay, now let's see. What are you? Spray flesh, right? That's a healing item. I wanted to check 131 experience. Steps towards next tier 2. So I can't advance yet. Because it would give me a button for doing that. So this slick nano has to keep going. Let's go talk to the kitties. And then we'll go inside here. That was Zeb. Zeb was the one we were chatting to. Any shins for family in need? Alright. That was not it, but fine. Okay, well, was it Nim then? Can I ask you some questions? Game has new words. Have you changed the rules? Yeah, it's an all new game. Now if you do it right 5 times, your house stays up. If you do it wrong 5 times, it falls down. Makes it scarier. That's, I was hoping to actually talk to them about this Stitches quest, but apparently no. Not had to survive. Yeah. Nope. They've returned, so yeah, that quest is done. There's nothing I can see that will let me do more. Enter a cultist. So they can smell the corpse around here somewhere. Have you seen an albino woman around here? A woman with skin like alabaster. Yes, she was here, looking for help I could not give. Own treasure was what she wished fixed. I declined. She did not take it kindly. I have not heard from her again. She's dangerous, friend. Tread carefully wherever you happen across her. Okay, now. So, does that mean she was this one? Where were you? There was a collapsed house that I dug a corpse out of. Thought it was over here. Let's see if there's anything I can see on the map. Ah, it's up here. Yep. This is the house I was thinking of. But can't get at it. Good, you're back. Talk loud, it eases the pain. Can I look at the shining vial of yours again? Why is that vial so important to you? It's a dangerous weapon. You should give it to me. Wow, that is super hard. Keep in mind that I've got a bunch of bonuses to these checks. Although maybe the game will just crash when I try and run this check. Oop, there we go. Critical success. Fingers tighten over the vial and then loosen. Alright, she says, looking desperately unhappy. She seems somewhat relieved when she hands it over. Sorry, I wanted to hear about the woman in your head. Nope. Okay. So, what is Star's kiss? Speed defense asks. This vial of viscous fluid once belonged to the changing god's daughter. Someone has fashioned straps on the device so it can be attached to an arm. The single protective consciousness in liquid form. You don't know what form it may have had before. The glassine material of the vial can turn porous when needed, so the fluid can flow out. It will act to protect you from incoming attacks, forming a bright silvery shield that flings itself back towards the attacker. Yeah, let's equip it. Okay, so that I think was my sisters. Adon, Citabo. Nope, that is not the one I wanted to talk to then. But I can't reinvestigate the house. Let's check what is here. Because right now, I'm going to really want to aggressively pursue the main plot. I want to try and get towards the end of this. It's been great. I just would like to reach a nice natural finishing point, like the end of the beta, and then I can play it again when it's out in a more final form after I bought a new computer part. That will speed up this whole process. Okay, so this is a bar. Larian. This young woman wears finely polished armor and paces back and forth restlessly on the walkway. Her long hair is lustrous and healthy. Her whole form exudes a wholesome vitality. She is beautiful, vibrant, and her voice is sharp and clear. When she sees you, she raises her voice in welcome. Welcome, friend, to the Fifth Eye. You come at an exciting time. I've been trying to convince some veteran warriors of their eminent suitability to join the endless battle. So far they've rebuffed me, but perhaps you can succeed where I failed. What can you tell me about the endless battle? Much as it sounds, it stemmed from a rift between the changing god and one of his offspring, and has endured for hundreds of years, raging over the same battlefields using the deadliest technology of the ancients. The landscape is scarred and pitted beyond recognition. The walls between dimensions are thin here, and horrors cross over daily. Worse, in recent years the struggle's expanded. Nearby settlements, founded to provide material support for the combatants, were existing there long before the sides came to rage on the borders, have been engulfed by the spreading chaos. Recently, the village of Colm was swept under by the madness. Innocent lives were destroyed. A glorious conflict. So many have grown stronger in its wake. It's not too late to change the course of battle if only warriors have proven mettle. I won't help you. I just want to answer some questions. Who are you? So she's just a recruiter. Well, it's an RPG. So, you'll have my gratitude if you succeed in this, friend. At the bar you see Lido, woman clad in desert robes. Behind the bar, Feriok. At the table there's Ziobi. With Ziobi you see Therabos. He's older but has great experience. And then the crowning piece. Dharma. He's their leader. Okay. Sure, let's go get them pointlessly killed. But let's first talk to... Ooh, ghostly woman. That sounds sensible. As you approach this booth, a woman slowly materializes before you. Her features are ghostly and you can hardly discern the details. And you hear a chorus of whispering female voices that swarm around her like chance moths. Listen to the whispers. They brush against your mind just below the level of consciousness. You hear them, but not with the ears, you realize. You can only make out snatches in your mind. You killed me, hated me, never wanted to die. Look at her. Peer more closely at her, and she takes no notice of you. Her features are those of a teenage woman, leaving childhood behind. Her face is, you've seen it before, face is very much like it on other women around the city. This teenage woman could be the sister or even twin of one of these. Hello? She's been ignoring you, but without a transitional state, her face is suddenly and furiously focused on yours. Another flicker and she's atop of you. Her hands wrapped around your throat. Ghost or not, her fingers are very real, and they're choking the life from you. Let her strangle you. Her fingers dig deeper. She's not just compressing your trachea, just tearing your throat out. You cough and choke, drowning on your own blood, but she's latched inside you. The last thing you see is her rage-twisted face. Gained 3 XP. In the final game, you'll wake up in a new fathom of the labyrinth, where you can find out more about the ghostly woman and her origins. That fathom hasn't been implemented yet, so for now just enjoy an extra XP bonus. Gained another 3 XP. Well, that sounds like it would be a cool experience if it were implemented. I mean, I guess there's no point in necessarily going through with it, given that we can live. Okay, this gives us a might edge. I'm gonna hand that over to someone else. Izig. Most distinguished feature of this tall, vaguely awkward man is the yellow shirt he wears. He seems desperate to fade back into the scenery. When he sees you notice him, he gives you a faint, uncomfortable grin. Something about him seems off, as if he were a flicker in the air or strangely two-dimensional. He doesn't seem to emit a sense of presence at all. Why can't I sense you? Skist, he mutters. The yellow shirt fades away, and then skin, muscle, and bone. What remains is a vaguely humanoid shimmer. I am Sig, Aaron, a trans-dimensional projection from a distant past. I have limited time here. Speaking wastes energy. Make questions count. Is there anything here I should know about? Beware malaise. It echoes in time. Almost ate me. Where are you from? Distant past, epochs ago, tuning through time to see future, overshot, maybe next visit? How did you get to this place in particular? When casting through time, saw light, drawn to civilized thought, admiring psychics? Can you affect this reality? Only words, not like abacus, ghost creature, need pan-dimensional weapon to hurt. Where are you from again? Distant time, unsure. Farewell. Goodbye. And he's gone. That was also interesting to see. Okay, Soul Keeper. For a moment, you're not entirely sure if you look upon a construct or a human. The plastic skin of this pale man's skin suggests artificiality, but if it's a construct, it's so cunningly constructed, so close to human baseline that the illusion is nearly perfect. Except his head is a trifle too large, his eyes black buttons. Then you realize the truth. He is a visitant, his home many millions of miles distant. Almas, my name. Who are you? He lifts his great head and slowly fixes you with a dolorous gaze. I am Almas. I am the keeper of souls, last of my kind, sole survivor of a civilization that spans time and space. Now they are gone, their stars black. Reality's winds carry me. What happened to you people? What did you do? The highest case to power. Controlled we minds, ideas, for all souls of empire. A great web we wove, shining with power. But other nodes, they winked away, until only I remained. Fingers drum on the tabletop. An image of people I carry, but no place to make it real. Our domain lost. I, alone, paralyzed with indecision and fear. Did I destroy them? I was not content. Or was I? How did you get here? Not my time, not my place. Yet, when connection to home broke, a beacon shone here. 5 minds drew me, a light in the darkness. A light, they were not a light to understand. They were safety, surety, while a new home I find. In this place I have clear thought, untarnished. How did your civilization die? A doubt arose. It took seed, took flight. These thoughts connected to our network. These questions spread like disease. Trust, mistrust, rooted. Nodes decohered. Without nodes, without control of dreams, civilization falls. And then, they're gone. I alone remain. What was the doubt that destroyed your civilization? I do not know. I do not recall. Yet, in his dance, something suggests otherwise. Scan thoughts. I know. I recall. Tell me the doubt that destroyed your civilization. I know you know. I do. It was my doubt. Mine. My question. I asked only, what if our way is not the best? What if our people have desires of their own? Once we do not give. Places a single hand across his eyes, then slowly slides it away. The others began to see, and question. Question gave way to self-doubt. Self-doubt gave way to self-hate. I wanted only to know what is best, how to become better. Not to tear us down, but I shone a bright light on behavior, on truth. But our center could not hold unto truth. His wet, terrified eyes fixed on yours. Was I to blame? Is civilization's end affixed on me? In dreams I see their faces, but not their minds. Truly is the fault mine. I'm going to do this. Let's erase... I think you're blameless. I haven't used a title surge. I think this is kind of morally wrong. I think this is better. But yeah. Or this. But yeah. Title surge. Erase the doubt. You are blameless in this. Questions will make you stronger. His eyes flare and the tears building within them vanish, replaced by a gleaming hardness. Yes, he whispers. Yes! He slaps his hands on the table. Yes! He grabs your shoulders. Connection restores itself. Doubt and fault, mine. A new civilization we build. Snatch old threads. Place new minds. Extinction? Death? No. Immortality. Through time I return. Across space I travel, stepping through this shallow reality into a place where our beliefs are true and solid. This test I pass. His smile is anything but friendly. And rule I shall. Okay. That is not what I expected. Also worrying. Variok. The bartender is a tall, powerfully built man with nut-brown skin and a bushy beard. He radiates strength and confidence. He moves with a speed when necessary and remains almost motionless with the rest of the time, like a predator waiting to leap. Yet when he attends to his customers, he doesn't touch a thing. The bottles and glasses lift by themselves, his brows furrowing slightly. When he sees your regard, he smiles broadly. Welcome to the Fifth Eye, friend. I'm Variok. Variok's mind is a careful blank. You can't read anything from him. Can you tell me about this place? The Fifth Eye is the bar for psychics. At least it is now. In the prior worlds, as near as we can tell, it was an old pumping station. All these pipes lead down to some reservoirs beneath the city. Maybe they get it mixed up in a tank somewhere. We don't know. We've tried sending spies down, tracing pipes with our mind. But some roadblock keeps us from finding the real source. Anyway, some fools started drinking from these pipes, and some other fools started too. Some of them died, some got drunk as hell. After a few hours, big enough for you, they got pretty good at figuring out which was safe and which weren't. So they figured they'd start making money off the place. Reason why psychics flock here is the place dampens out the psychic noise of the city. Drinks help too. Varric means to say he's only involved in the delivery of these drinks rather than their creation. Given his skills, it's only right and proper. I've been maligned by this desert-dwelling interloper. There's a bar for psychics. What does it mean? It's this place where psychics can unwind, get away from the city, get away from the noise. You know what it's like to be a psychic? Let me paint a picture. Imagine every time you're going to sleep, someone comes and starts screaming in your ear, or objects start whispering about how they want to burn, or they might tell you their secret names and how to make them float and dance at your command. Or maybe every person you meet is like a house with all its doors and windows open. You can't help but look in to plunder their secrets. And underneath it all you hear their silent judgment. The truth that they can't hide from themselves. He wipes the mug clean, evaluates it before placing it on the rack. Folks think it's a blessing to have these powers, but sometimes it really is. Especially when you can join your friends to make something great, but be hard, hateful. You never tell when you're going over the edge of insanity. I'd like a drink. You're in for a treat, friend, a real treat, assuming you call the possibility of a toxic reaction a treat. Of course, possibly identified some of these are safe, smaller subset here as inebriants or hallucinogens. Some that are, well, chancy, as in sometimes they kill people. Let's talk about the chancy drinks. Got a strange black ichor, thick enough it's almost chewy. Pink sludge is also known as entheogen. The strength varies, sometimes it kills people. One that smells like elderberry fruit. We use that to get rid of stubborn grease stains. It's acidic, but maybe it's just an acquired taste. Black ichor that is almost enough to chew. Let's do that. Varric shudders. Tasted the stuff once. I don't remember much about the time afterwards, but I was raving about holes in reality. Well, here's your drink. Strong glass bowl floats under a pipe. A spigot turns and the ichor oozes from it. You can smell it from here. Bowl floats back to you, all without Varric touching it. Drink it fast is my advice. He winks. Put the word to the deed. The taste is not unpleasant, though the texture is horrifying. Unbidden you think of soft flesh rotting under a jungle sun. Nothing happens. At least, not right away. Just as you begin to doubt the ichor's efficacy, you begin to feel the earth shift slightly. Walls and shiver and begin to shake. The surface looks as though they're slowly melting. Feel the weight of the ceiling and the sky forcing you to the floor. Only a great effort of will keeps you standing. Rents begin to appear in the flat surfaces of the bar. In the walls, scabrous tissue rims their edges, and a deathly chorus pipes in through a register almost too high to hear. The world tilts on its axis, and you stagger to the right. Your vision blurs. An invisible world swims into view, becoming more solid than the world you call home. Okay, that was trippy. Leto. The woman's face is young. She's been beaten hard by the sun. She wears a tight-fitting skin suit under loose desert robes, and her eyes are deep and unsettling black, with no whites to be seen. Occasionally, streaks of light race across her eyes, flashing in the shadows of her hood like stars plummeting from the sky. I am Leto. I have been waiting. Leto's mind is inscrutable. Your thoughts reflect back at you from 1,000 angles, like a shining light onto a mirrored ball. What can you tell me about yourself? To the northeast, in the middle of the lost sea, there is a small town called Jabbar, dwarfed by the magnificent oasis of Rajwala. Jabbar is a poor town dependent on the charity of its neighbor. Notes the bartender and he refills her drink, floating a bottle through the air without touching it. I was born in the slums. Jibra, residents of the city, would sometimes tour our ghetto. One of them saw my eyes and declared me touched by their god, and Ekul. They taught me the secrets of the church and showed me how to comprehend the tapestry in my mind. But one day I saw a light flare in Sega's cliffs. Though the city and mine suffer hostilities, I knew I must brave those dangers, for I saw the darkening storm. I will not be able to return home, but I arrived in time to aid Dama against the struggle against the adversaries. For a time I was able to read the strands to help our team prepare against the adversary's attack. They learned to cloak themselves against me. All I could see of their intent was a generalized darkness. I'm of little use against the adversaries now, but I remain to help against other foes. Can you tell me about the people I travel with? Tell me about Allegern. Your regrets will destroy you. Carry your pain and your salvation, but you do not look closely enough to recognize the truth. Open yourself. Hold your scars tight, and you might emerge through that hole at the end of your ideals. Typical soothsayer platitude. Tell me what I need to know, or don't tell me anything. The light's future is not reducible to simple words. Not everything belongs to the science you treasure, priest. I have told you what you need to know. It's up to you to seize the truth. Let it fall to the ground unheeded. Tell me about Tiber. For the Gallowglass, I have one prediction. Change your ways or live with your regrets forever. Forever? That's a long time, my dear, and I'm told nothing lasts that long. She turns her head towards him and looks away, shivering. I have spoken. Alright, forget it. Wanted to ask other questions. What do we want to ask? People here. I know the stories of my comrades in arms, their past and their futures. I have a deep bond with Ziobi, a friendship with Debaros, I have respect for Darmander's no limits, and I have fond recollections of Feriak's ready wit. Who would you know about? I will look into their futures only once for you, so pay attention. Tell me about Dharma. He is the lodestone, the hoverclass, the light that lifts us, and the rope that binds. His strength is our strength, and through him we become stronger. He is the caller, the bringer, the tactician, and the strategist. He brings us to this place, and in the future he is gone. The unseen adversary claims him unless... No, the probabilities are too low. She shakes herself, bringing her back to the present. Is he still here? She slashes a glance across the bar to him. She breathes a sigh of relief. She focuses and smiles, and Dharma looks up and smiles back. That's interesting. I want to do this, but I think it is time to go. It's kind of frustrating that I haven't been able to make any progress on the main storyline, but there's just... I don't know what I need to do. I do. I need to find the albino assassin cast-off. I have no idea where she is. I need to find any cast-off. Information about any cast-off. To get more information about Malkina. Whoops. Sorry. Yawny today. But yeah. I don't know where I need to go. But we'll keep going through the pub tomorrow. I find it interesting that Sir Arthur is here. Because he is in fact mentioned, like he wrote in character, wrote one of the universe's one of the setting source books. So Sir Arthur's Compendium.